Hello, this is Gabriel. Welcome to another video. Today we're covering all the different options you have for your suppliers, either if you're doing dropshipping or e-commerce. I'm gonna cover every single service and all the pros and cons of each one. Make sure you stay until the end because I'm gonna give you 3 different techniques you can use to get the best prices from your suppliers. So first, subscribe, like this video, and let's get started. First, we have Aliexpress using the DSers app or also the Overlord app. Some of the benefits from this platform is that you have a wide selection of products and you also have amazing prices. The cost for this platform is that the shipping time is usually 3 weeks or more. And if you're shipping within the US, sometimes you can find shipping times like around 10 days or 2 weeks. And some of the suppliers aren't that reliable. So make sure you find people that are selling products for more than 3 or so years that have a great review. So I have a criteria that I use before I start working with Aliexpress suppliers, because this is super important because you want your customers to receive the products on time, quality, all of that. So I tend to find suppliers that have 3 or more years of experience within the platform. And when I find a potential products, I make sure that it's more than 2,000 orders, so I know that they're selling products, they're meeting the shipping times and all of that. Also, the supplier needs to have at least 4.5 stars, and also I try to see the difference in prices if I start shipping from the US. For example, some suppliers send some of the units to the United States so they can cut the shipping times. Usually this price is a little bit more than 30% more or so, but it's worth it if your customers are getting the products faster. So if that's a good thing to have, you can sort the platform and you can put US suppliers and you're gonna find a ton of products. If you don't have that option available, you can use ePacket if it's less than 3 weeks. So there are many shipping options. Try to speak with your supplier first. You can also order a sample unit so you can know how is the process, the shipping time, and all of that, which is the most problematic thing within this platform, which is the shipping time. If you want to scale an e-commerce store, you want happy customers, you want customers that come back to your store and keep buying. So in order to do that is short shipping times, quality products, and all of that. So that's the first option for you. This is how the platform looks like. You can go to the search bar and look for any category. You can also create an account for dropshipping, which is you have a catalog. You can see the rating for each supplier, which is super insightful. Then we have eProlo. The pros of this platform is that you have easy processing, is super reliable, and the shipping time is around 2 weeks. And the cons is that they have less products available and it's usually more expensive. So the thing is that if you're not using Aliexpress, you're going to be using kind of sourcing agents, which are companies that source the products from Aliexpress. So they have contact with the suppliers from Aliexpress. They have a one-on-one, relationship, and it's so much easier for them to be reliable. So you are sure that you're working with someone or with a company that is going to be making sure that your customer gets the products and all of that. If you're not using any of these companies, you're going to be working straight with their suppliers, and you might be getting logistic problems or any of that sort. So if you decide not to use Aliexpress, from this point on, I'm gonna give you some options that you can use that are great, but they're usually a little bit more expensive for your store, but you are 100% certain that your customers are gonna get the product and they are actually in charge of the logistics and just having everything in check. Okay, so this is eProlo. This is one of the options. This is how the website looks like. You create an account. The same thing, you find products. Usually you have not a ton of options available as Aliexpress is like shopping from Amazon or anything. But from here you can make sure that you find the one you need. And usually you can request the products also if you don't find the one you're looking for. Then you have Overload Supplier. This is a pretty well-known platform. It's super easy to use, easy processing to connect with Shopify. Also, it's pretty reliable. They've been in the business for a few years now, and the shipping time is 2+ weeks. The cons for this, as most of them, is that they have less products available and it's more expensive because they are acting as the middleman. So basically, they have people inside the company that source the products, speak with the suppliers, so they have to pay for that. So that's why it's more expensive. But again, it's more reliable. You can make sure that you have someone that's in charge of that process. Usually when your company or your e-commerce starts scaling, you have people in charge of the logistics and all of that inside the company. Well, this is the equivalent of that before you get to that point. Then this is how it looks. This is Overload Suppliers. Super easy to use. You can download the app within the Shopify store and you can use it. And then we have CJ Dropshippers. Usually you can request products from this platform if you don't find the ones you're looking for. It's pretty reliable. They've been in business for a while now. The shipping time is 2+ weeks. So it's great because they have the logistics and they can order the products for you. Usually the shipping time is faster than ordering from Aliexpress. So that's cost the premium sometimes, you know. So the cons for this is less products available again, and it's more expensive. Then this is how the platform looks. When you go to CJ Dropshippers, you can create your account and start looking for your catalogs. Then we have Hyper SQ. It's super reliable. You have a shipping time for 2+ weeks. The cons for this is that there are less products available, it's more expensive, and it's a new platform, so use with caution. So when a new sourcing service comes, usually they start with, let's say, 500 units, 500 accounts, so they start growing little by little. When they start getting more users, they get a little bit disorganized because they're not used to the volume of ordering the products. So make sure you are working with a company that's been in business for a few years, so you're sure that they have the logistics in place. So this company is fairly new compared to Overload or the other ones I just showed you, but it's good to keep an eye on. So the idea here is that you have an account on each one maybe, and you start scanning to look for products, and then you start putting pros and cons. Maybe these suppliers has better prices, but the shipping time is faster, or it's depending on that, so you can weigh your possibilities. The good thing is that you have different possibilities and different suppliers that you can work. Then this is how the platform looks. It's pretty easy and straightforward. Then we have QDrop, which is super reliable. You have a shipping time of 2+ weeks. And also the cons, less products available, more expensive, and also it's a new platform, so use with caution, okay? This is how the platform looks, super straightforward. Then we have Wio, which has an awesome processing system. It's reliable, the shipping time is 2+ weeks, and they work with 20+ orders per day. They usually, when you order like a single unit, you don't get as faster shipping time. They say that they get it, but I mean, recommended if you are doing more than 20 orders per day, you can use Wio without a problem. I wouldn't use it for single units, okay? And it's usually more expensive, but still you can find good prices if you scan your possibilities, okay? Then this is how the platform looks. You create an account, look for your products, the same thing. Then at the end we have Sandra, which is one of my favorite. You have auto fulfillment, so you don't have to be on top of it. So you connect the platform, the website, with your Shopify store. If you're using Shopify, is the auto fulfillment. You get an order, they do all the process. You don't have to be clicking around. You have branded invoicing. So inside the box, inside the package, your customers, they're gonna have an invoice, paper, and you can put the logo of your company so it looks more branded. You don't have like Chinese, Chinese letters or anything. You have like a good package that you can say, because the packaging is part of the experience for the customer, and you want to look as the best as you can. So Sandra lets you put branded invoicing within your box, your package, so it's super good. The shipping time is 2+ weeks, and it's super reliable, okay? The support, I've been using them for a while now. They answer if you have the pro account, they answer like right away. You have a chat there, you can speak with them. You have a logistic part that you can see the package, the trackings, and all of that. What are the counts? It's more expensive. It's at the moment, I think it's $49 per month, and also you have a premium if you want a faster shipping time. I know that they have like 3 to 5 day shipping time, rush time, if you want to pay that extra premium, and you can also charge within your store to that price. So it's awesome. I mean, it's more expensive, but you have a ton of perks that you can use within the platform. So this is how the platform looks. Then what happens? This is the most important part within the supplier chain and all of that. So if you start scaling your store, you find a winning product, you do everything you're supposed to do to start scaling your store, and you start getting 20+ orders per day, that's the time you contact your current supplier and you request a better price. This is called a VIP link. So you go, if you're using Aliexpress, or if you're using any of the suppliers that I just mentioned, you go into the chat and you speak with them like, listen, I'm ordering around 20 units per day, and I would like to request a better price because it's something that's coming, and in order for me to scale the store, I need better margins. So that's the specific time you can send a message to your supplier and request for a VIP link or a better price, okay? This is an example when I contacted one of my suppliers in 2019, just asking for a better price, because that was the time when I was selling around 20 units per day. So they were happy to do so. This is an AliExpress example, but you can do the same with any of the platforms that I just mentioned. They send you a specific link, and then you replace that with your current product, and then you have a better price. For this one, I think I got like 20% discount. So this is great. I mean, that's something that's usually profit now, because you are starting to sell, you have all your numbers down. So it's great to have a better price for your units. That way your margin is so much better. Okay. So make sure that when you pass 20 orders, you contact your suppliers and try to get a better price from them. Okay. Also, when you get to 40 orders or more per day, that's the time when you start to find an agent. So an agent is someone that's usually in the same country as your supplier, that they can speak maybe the same language, they can get in contact with them and just create that relationship for you. So the way to do it is, maybe you ask your supplier if they work with a dedicated supplier agent. So you are 100% sure that is someone that's, they know, and they have, is like your representative within the same country. So it's kind of like that, okay? So this agent is gonna be contacted by Skype, WhatsApp, WeChat, or email. That's gonna be your medium of, to contact them. And then what you do is every day you have either your VA, your virtual assistant, or yourself. You export your orders from Shopify and send the CVS file. Make sure you hide the pricing. You don't want them to know the price you're selling the units. So hide the pricing, send that CVS file every single day. And then they're gonna give you a quote for, let's say, if you're selling 40, 100 units, they're gonna tell you, okay, I'm gonna charge you for these units, depending on the country. If you're shipping to Canada, US, UK, whatever, the total price is, let's say, $4,000. So after you get this quote, they're gonna send you a PayPal invoice, or they're gonna send you an Aliexpress VIP link. Make sure you don't do wire transfers because there is no way to get your money back. So use only PayPal for business or Aliexpress, okay? Because they can respond for you if something happens. So after you get paid through the platform, they're gonna send you back the tracking numbers. After 24 to 48 hours, they send you the CVS file with the tracking numbers, and then you upload that to your Shopify using Match Fulfill app, and then everything's gonna be updated. All the orders with the addresses and all of that, they're gonna have the tracking number, and then your process finishes. So every day you do that process, and it's every single day, 40 orders, 50, 100, depending on your orders. But that's the easiest way to automate this process with a supplier agent, and you stop using all the apps that I just said, and you're working straight with the supplier, and it's super automated, okay? So as soon as you get to these 40 orders per day, it's time to use an agent. And the best way is to message your Aliexpress suppliers or the people you're working with. And then we have, if you're doing more than 200 orders per day, this is super important. That's the time when you stop doing dropshipping and you start actually doing e-commerce as a whole. You order in bulk from Alibaba or your supplier, whatever you're using. Let's say you sell 200 units per day. You can confidently say like how many you can project, how many units you sell in 4 weeks or in a quarter, and you can order that amount from your supplier, and you're gonna get better price, and it's gonna be so much easier for you to start scaling your brand, okay? So you order in bulk from Alibaba, which is the same as AliExpress, but for bulk orders. And then you send that order to a service as ShipUp. So ShipUp is awesome. They're gonna be your center. It's like Amazon FBA or kind of sort. They're gonna send the units. So every time you get an order, they're gonna send that unit on your behalf, and it's an automated process, same thing. So the cons for this is that basically you are paying in front for your inventory. You're buying 200, 400, 1,000 units up front. So you need to be sure that you're gonna sell it. So to that point, you know that if you're selling 200 units per day, you can project and know, okay, I'm gonna sell these units. I'm sure to invest this cash for this business. So that's something that you need to keep in mind, okay? So the pros for this method after 200 units is that you get better prices, because when you buy in bulk, it's so much easier to get better prices from your suppliers. Also, you have faster shipping. So you are at the level of Amazon when people get Prime shipping, or you get 2 to 5 day shipping time, the same thing. ShipUp can be inside the US. They send the unit to whatever customer inside the US, and they can get it within 2 to 5 days as shipping time, okay? Also, you have custom packaging and invoicing. You can play with your logo on the box or the packaging. You can design whatever you want. You can put coupon codes inside. You can put your invoice inside with your logo. So it looks super nice and branded, which is part of the customer experience when they order the products and they open up your product, okay? So these are the 3 stages how to scale with your suppliers without, not having logistic problems or any of that. Alright guys, you just learned about 7 different suppliers you can use for your e-commerce or dropshipping store. So make sure next time you're doing product research, you visit these suppliers and research about the pricing, the pros and the cons. Remember, you need to have a great relationship with your suppliers and customers in order to scale safely. Also, I taught you about the 3 different stages to scale with your own suppliers. When is the right time to find that agent, or when is the right time to start buying in bulk, okay? So use this information wisely. I'll see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video so more people can benefit from this information. Take care.